How you doing, guys? This is Hybridsteel. Welcome to Hydroneer 2.0, and today I'm going to be running through everything Tier 1 and Tier 2. The reason why is because, obviously, people... the difference between Tier 1 and Tier 2 does confuse some people, and it's understandable. There's a lot of different tiny things here that do make a tiny difference, but not as much of a difference, if you know what I mean. So first off, let's get into the basic of equipment. First off, the pickaxes and the shovels. Now, back in Hydroneer 1.7 and before, if you upgraded your shovel, it would do more stuff. You know, you'd be able to dig better, and if you upgraded your pickaxe, you would be able to dig faster, that sort of thing. You know, the bigger hole, bigger... You get the gist. Now, unfortunately, a Tier 1 pickaxe has 2 hits with a Tier 1 pickaxe, and 2 hits with a Tier 2 pickaxe. The only difference is, well, the Tier 2 pickaxe can dig through Tier 2 soil, whereas the Tier 1 pickaxe can't dig through Tier 2 soil. Just to put this into perspective, we're going underground. This is underground. I can't dig here because it's Tier 2 soil. Tier 1, there. Right there. So Tier 2, this is a Tier 2 pickaxe, and we can dig into the wall here. But we can't dig any further down because that's Tier 3 ground. So yeah, with Tier 3 stuff, with Tier 3 ground in the game already, we know that Tier 3 is on its way. But for the time being, they are the only 2 differences between the Tier 1 pickaxe and the Tier 2 pickaxe. Comes down to depth in all. Now, spades. Unfortunately, spades are exactly the same. Back in the original versions of the game, you were always able to basically just fill up a bucket within 4 spadefuls with the bog standard spade. So there we go, we've done our 4. Let me just put it in the toilet hole. There we go, fantastic. And then here we are, this is Tier 2, and oh yeah, we're basically going to be using 4 spades to fill it up again. So that was a defining factor of the original version in Tier 1, in version 1.7 and before. Unfortunately, that doesn't exist anymore. Now, when it comes to filling up a pan, I've done a couple of like online sort of like streaming experiments with this. Basically, it doesn't matter if you put 4 buckets of dirt in that or 1 bucket of dirt in that, you're always going to get the same reward. The rewards in this game are now dictated to you by depth, not by how much you're putting into stuff. Okay, so it's the same thing. You're always going to get the same. It doesn't matter how much you put into. I did see somebody do a test with like 1 bucket full and then 8 buckets full, and it was basically the element that came out of it was basically Tier 1 because they were digging on Tier 1 ground. So that's something you have to consider. Let's move on to pipework, because pipework is something that a lot of people like. I've seen a few people struggle with it, and I'll work into this. So this is a Tier 2 Cloutium intake pipe, and over there, that one standing up just there, is a Tier 1 iron intake pipe. Now, iron can only be boosted to pressure of 180. That is full booster. That's 4 boosters on these little hooks, and that will push up to 180. If you put 4 Cloutium boosters on this, it will push the pressure too high, and the intake will just sit at 180. It won't go any higher because iron is limited to 180. Cloutium, on the other hand, is limited to 300, and I believe it's 380, but we'll go from there. So 370. And the reason why 370 is because that's got 4 boosters on it, and that's basically as high as it's going to go, and these are 2.5% drop instead of 3. Okay, so yeah, 370, it's all good. Alright, so what we've got here is ways of, when it comes to pressure and everything else, it's dictated to by your piping. But in all fairness, I haven't seen, in all the experiments I have, unless somebody else has found any other data, when it comes to pressure, it doesn't really matter what pressure you're putting through your pipeline. The only thing that really matters is the intake and a tank. So if you've got a tank and an intake pipe, you can basically mix and match. So if you put your intake pipe down as Cloutium and you put your pressure tank up, the conveyor belts, you put a tank in and it basically mimics the Cloutium intake. You don't have to have a full run of Cloutium piping, you just have to have those 2 extra things. I don't know if that's ever going to get like patched or changed, and if it does, then you might have to upgrade your entire line. Next is the drills. So the drills are a big thing. This is a tier 2 drill. This I mean, the only reason why I've got it up here is for demo purposes, but the deeper down you go, the better. Let's put it that way. And then when it comes to the T1 drill, then obviously it only goes down to a specific depth, and then it's all good. Tier 1 harvesters, as of this video, seem to have a little problem with clogging. Oh, right, okay, so if this version has come out before version 2.0.5, then the T1 harvesters have a clogging problem. If this video has come out after version 2.0.5, then the T1 harvesters have been fixed. Okay, so the information I just gave you in this video is a little bit wrong, but the information I have just given you in this little cut segment is correct. Back to the video. Basically, it'll just happen randomly. You'll be dropping soil into here, and then occasionally like one ball of soil will get stuck, and then it'll cause an eventuality and just explode. Tier 2 drills, which I've been testing quite recently, and they seem to work perfectly. No problems whatsoever. So if you're early to the game and you're not sure what to do, don't aim for a Cloutium drill to start with. Aim for a Cloutium harvester. It will cause you a lot less hassle in the long run, and you should be fine. Okay, tier 1 and tier 2 drills. Tier 1 drills can only go down a specific depth. This is 8 squares down, and that piece of dirt there is 8 squares deep. Okay, that is as far down as it's going to go. Because as soon as you hit it with a tier 1 pickaxe and you can't dig any further, that's the limitation of your tier 1 drill. Tier 2 drills can go down all the way to floor 14. And floor 14, obviously, you're going to get more money. Now, the difference between money comes down to what you're going to pull out of here. Unfortunately, at the moment, I only have one drill set up because of demo purposes and so on and so forth. And it's been a really busy couple of weeks and I haven't had a lot of time to expand. But the reason why I know where I am is because that's tier 3 soil, and we're on block 14. We can't go any deeper. It's all right. Now, the difference is between tier 1 and tier 2 dirt. Now, at its full lowest dirt that you can manage, a tier 1 drill will averagely get between 2.5 and 3.5 pounds of a nugget or ore. Okay, so you're going to get between 2.5 and 3.5 gold, iron, Cloutium, whatever you drag out. That's roughly the size you're going to be getting. And when you go down deeper, it's anywhere between 4 and 5 pounds per nugget. I've already done videos on this, comparing and going through pressure and everything else, and I tried to do as much in depth as humanly possible. It just came out that, yeah, there's not a massive amount of difference between it, but if you really are focused on getting like more Cloutium a lot quicker, you have to push your drills down as far down as they can go so you can maximize the reward. And that's basically everything. There isn't really anything much else when it comes to comparing tiers. Now, I know, you know, the difference is like when people go, well, what about this? If you've got any of those questions, like what if, or how does this work, that and the other, down in the comment section below, I would love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, your thoughts could turn into a video that could go on and help the community. And then from there, everything is just better for everyone else. So thank you very much for kicking by. This has been Hybridsteel. If you have enjoyed this video or anything else I do on the channel, hit that like, subscribe and notification button below for all other updates, and I'll be back here with a brand new video, live stream, or whatever else I do on the channel. Until then, peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. A boom! Fist bump to you.